profético obtida em uma única fonte.
Edgar Cayce didn't give 10, 20, 500 readings in his career. He gave 14,000. Think of a Las Vegas stage performer having to come up with a different routine twice a day, every day for 45 years. It's just not possible.
Edgar Cayce gave readings about many, many different subjects. Nostradamus wasn't quite as eclectic.
Mas como Nostradamus, Cayce foi muito procurado em sua vida. E como seu colega francês, também via seu dom com humildade.
Both of them were men who were deeply committed to a life of compassion and service to others. Both were very interested in health and healing. Nostradamus was a physician. Edgar Cayce was an intuitive diagnostic physician of sorts.
Edgar Cayce and Nostradamus both started as healers, but later became more famous as prophets.
O destino surpreendente de Edgar Cayce começou em 1877 perto de Hopkinsville, uma cidadezinha de fazendeiros de fumo na área rural de Kentucky.
Edgar Cayce's family was typical of middle-class American rural people at the turn of the 20th century. They made their living primarily from the production of dark tobacco, wheat and corn and livestock. They were church-going people on Sunday, straightforward, dignified people, the men of whom were certainly given to the heavy use of tobacco and occasional strong drink.
Cayce was a seriously odd child. He was not the kind of child you would wish on any two parents.
As a child, he was surprised to discover that other children didn't have the same sort of experiences that he had.
Quando menino, Edgar tinha visões quando se sentava nos bosques lendo a Bíblia. Após seu avô afogar-se no lago da fazenda, Cayce disse vê-lo nos arredores. Tinha também a estranha capacidade de decorar livros inteiros quando dormia sobre eles.
Had he been born in different circumstances, not a little rural community, Edgar could very easily have been, sold as a circus act. He was completely surrounded by people who loved him, people who protected him.
Seu talento mais assombroso, que deu origem ao nome Profeta Adormecido, surgiu mais tarde, aos 20 e poucos anos. Ele trabalhava como vendedor de seguros e teve um caso grave de laringite. Sem poder falar
as clearly or as accurately.
It made him ill or made him upset stomach. He just said, I'm through. I'm not doing this anymore.
Em 1912, acompanhado pela esposa Gertrude e pelo filho Hugh Lynn, Cayce deixou Hopkinsville e as previsões para trás e mudou-se para Selma, Alabama, onde voltou a trabalhar como fotógrafo.
He continued that work until my brother dropped a match in a partially filled can of flashlight powder and burned his face terribly. And all the doctors said, well, he'll never see again, and my brother asked my father for a reading.
2 semanas depois de seguir as recomendações do pai, o olho de Hugh Lynn estava totalmente curado.
Dad realized that he could help people again and that he thought that maybe that's what he ought to do. But he made it a rule that Mother would be the one who asked the questions, so nothing could happen like happened in Hopkinsville.
Cayce estava para descobrir novas capacidades e suas visões assombrosas iriam transformá-lo no maior profeta do século XX. Nos anos 20, a Europa ainda se recuperava da Primeira Guerra Mundial. Mas do outro lado do Atlântico, os Estados Unidos estavam se tornando uma superpotência global. Era uma época de frivolidade, diversão e mudanças rápidas.
Corporations were forming, technology was on the rise, and we were changing from an earlier, simpler people to a much more complicated society. Edgar Cayce represents, as do great actors or poets, an individual who speaks out of the collective need of his time and place and culture.
Os clientes faziam perguntas sobre todos os assuntos. Quem procurava petróleo perguntava sobre a localização dos poços.
Some of the most remarkable readings before 1923 are oil readings, geophysical readings. Edgar Cayce gives almost a foot-by-foot breakdown of the geophysical conditions for a particular site, and invariably he was right, he was dead on.
Pessoas brilhantes também o procuraram.
Thomas Edison received readings on the nature of electricity. Woodrow Wilson, President of the United States, who was suffering from a heart condition. We know that George Gershwin received readings. We know that Nelson Rockefeller received readings.
Edgar Cayce era muito eclético em seu trabalho de vidência, mas suas previsões de acontecimentos mundiais com datas e descrições nítidas do que estava por vir comprovam seus poderes proféticos.
Some of the world affairs readings are absolutely scary.
It was like he was reading the headlines 4 years in advance, consistently.
He's under trance in 1925, asked by a client how the future of business will be, and he says, better pull your stocks out.
Haverá forças adversas em 1929. Deve tomar cuidado ou se afastar dessa organização.
Cayce previu o início da depressão 4 anos antes de ela acontecer. Em 1931, previu o final das dificuldades que assolavam o país.
Na primavera de 1933, haverá melhoras reais e definidas.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Of course, that's the New Deal, when we did slowly start to get out of the Depression.
Cayce também foi o primeiro a prever a Segunda Guerra Mundial.
In 1935, Edgar Cayce was giving a reading to a 29-year-old freight agent, and the individual wanted to know about affairs of an international nature. Cayce predicted that there would be an alliance between the Austrians, the Germans, and the Japanese. He says in the reading, and unless there is interference from the divine, the whole world will be set on fire. In 1935, no one had any idea that any of this was about to happen.
A Liga das Nações ainda era atuante e outra guerra parecia implausível.
Edgar Cayce seems to have had a psychic sensitivity to the coming of World War II. There were certainly things in the news that were the clouds of this coming war, but he targeted the time in which it might begin to occur and even its end, and many of the dynamics that went on during those war years.
Cayce também previu as agitações sociais que ocorreriam muito depois de sua morte em 1945.
Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice.
Edgar Cayce's accuracy with predictions is also suggested by his statements about how mob rule could potentially happen in the United States, particularly if there weren't some social changes.
Haverá uma divisão em sua própria terra. O segundo presidente não sobreviverá ao mandato. A lei das gangues.
Em abril de 1945, Roosevelt morreu durante seu mandato. O assassinato de Kennedy aconteceu em novembro de 1963 e o movimento dos direitos civis crescia.
That one instance points to how important it is to see that Edgar Cayce was also a commentator on social affairs. He said that unless there would be a kind of leveling that would come in society, that there couldn't be one rule for those who were rich and privileged and a different rule for those that were the have-nots, that we were in for tremendous, difficult changes in our culture.
With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together.
Cayce was not a Republican or a Democrat. He wasn't trying to advocate any particular political agenda, but he clearly had a moral sense about something that needed to be achieved if we were to fulfill our destiny as a nation.
As visões de Cayce sobre agitações civis, guerra ou medicina teriam se perdido se não fosse por Gladys Davis, uma jovem taquígrafa contratada a partir de 1923 para registrar tudo o que fosse dito em transe.
She was much more than a stenographer. She really completed the work. And it's because of Gladys Davis that we have the readings today.
I felt an instant attraction to this man. I just trusted him. One day during a reading, he said a string of words, so I was wondering whether I should put a dash or comma or just how to word this. And over there asleep on the couch, his eyes closed, he said, put a comma between these.
After she took the reading, she then typed it up into a copy that she would send to the person who had the reading. In the interest of confidentiality, all the names of the people having readings were removed and numbers were inserted.
Não fazia diferença para Casey se os clientes eram pobres ou poderosos. Não cobrava pelas respostas, mas aceitava doações. Uma decisão que afetou bastante sua família.
We struggled financially, yes, all the time. Our mother was frequently wondering what she was going to buy for groceries next week, because if he got 2 or 3 readings in a row and he had a little money, he'd buy a load of topsoil for the garden, or he'd buy a new fruit tree. I think my father gave these readings because he felt it helped people, and that's what he wanted to do.
O sonho de Casey era abrir um hospital em que os pacientes pudessem receber os tratamentos que ele prescrevia em transe. Em 1925, ele se mudou para Virginia Beach e 3 anos depois abriu o hospital, que foi fechado em 1931 devido à depressão.
After the hospital had folded and, he'd lost everything, I heard him say that was probably the saddest time of his life.
Mas os tempos ruins ou bons não afetavam o dom profético de Casey. Na verdade, outro tipo de leituras havia surgido nos anos 20. Profecias tão surpreendentes que ainda ecoam e podem se transformar em história. Durante 43 anos de sua vida, Edgar Casey deitou-se em um divã, colocou as mãos sobre o plexo solar e caiu em transe autoinduzido. Nesse estado, ele viajava pelo espaço e tempo, prevendo guerras, diagnosticando doenças e, em algumas de suas leituras mais intrigantes, reescrevendo a história.
When we consider Edgar Casey's predictions, it's also interesting to look at some of the retrocognitive statements he made, looking back into history and making statements about things you wouldn't find in the history book.
O adormecido Casey parecia conhecer segredos do passado que apenas instrumentos tecnológicos e anos de escavação poderiam revelar. Muito antes de os pergaminhos do Mar Morto serem descobertos em 1947, Casey falou de uma antiga seita do judaísmo, os essênios, que se pensava que incluíra apenas homens.
Edgar Casey spoke about the Essenes as a community that included men, women and children.
Os especialistas duvidaram, mas nos anos 50, após a morte de Casey, arqueólogos acharam esqueletos de mulheres essênias perto do local dos pergaminhos do Mar Morto.
With geology, there are some interesting things as well. Casey suggested that at one time the Nile River flowed in the opposite direction and actually emptied directly into the Atlantic Ocean.
Nos anos 80, imagens de satélite obtidas pelo ônibus espacial revelaram vales de rios desconhecidos sob as partes mais secas do Saara. Imagens adicionais e explorações no local revelaram que o Nilo pode de fato ter fluído pelo Saara para o Atlântico.
In Edgar Casey's lifetime, much of what he said about lost civilizations, ancient worlds, was regarded as science fiction. It really wasn't until this century, on literally the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, that people have begun to look much harder and realistically at these readings as perhaps, maybe these aren't so far.
Provavelmente a leitura histórica mais assombrosa de Casey esteja ligada ao mundo perdido de Atlântida.
Atlantis, from Edgar Casey's perspective, was the first great Eden on the earth. It predates the Eden that we know of between the Tigris and the Euphrates, the Eden of Adam and Eve. Edgar Casey saw Atlantis as a massive continent in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. At the time, the individuals that populated the area had a deep understanding of the forces of the universe and could actually harness some of these powers to use devices such as flying machines and crystals and so forth.
Segundo as leituras, porém, os habitantes de Atlântida abusaram de seu poder sobre a natureza e Atlântida desapareceu em uma catástrofe há cerca de 10 mil anos.